Out there, I am your host. That's right, we are back, and this is Profound Professionals. It is the interview series that has been coming to you for 9 years now. Can you believe it? I can hardly believe it. We have brought you industry experts from all over our beautiful globe. They help improve your personal life. They help you grow your business. And today we have Ral West. So welcome, Ral. How are you?
I'm doing great, Jessica. How are you doing?
We are super excited to have you. Now, you're going to have to tell us all about your fabulousness. Tell me all about you.
Well, where do I begin? I guess I could say that, my fabulousness started when I became an entrepreneur in my 20s, which was over 40 years ago. And I started a little business in Anchorage, Alaska. And then I met my husband, and we kind of joined forces and built a business together. He kind of borrowed some ideas from me, and I helped him grow it. And 25 years later, after we'd grown it to 8 digits in annual revenue, we sold it to Alaska Airlines.
Wow!
Yeah. And so that was a fabulous exit. Would have been the perfect time to retire, but no, we didn't do that. And, our friends were like, what are you doing? And we went on to get into some other industries. Like we started buying small cruise ships and leasing them to cruise operators. And then we kind of got out of that when COVID,
just in the nick of time.
tied the ships up at the dock. So we had one ship left. And I was like, okay, this is it. So then we pivoted into multifamily real estate. We'd been investing in real estate since the 1990s, but this was a whole new type of investment. This was through syndications and investing with others, other partners. So we've invested in over 6,000 apartment units across several states in the U.S. in the last few years. And now, less than 2 years ago, I started another business. Like I needed another one really badly, right?
I'm thinking you might be slacking there.
Yeah. And again, my friends are like, what are you doing? Why aren't you just like relaxing and enjoying life now? And I go, well, I am enjoying life, but this is what I want to do, because my adult daughters suggested that I start teaching people how to do what I've done, which is how to run businesses and still have this fabulous life, which we call living the dream. And so the idea is, okay, I'm going to teach people how to do this. I created an online course that's done now. And now I'm embarking on a mastermind to help people apply the principles that I teach in my course. And the basic idea is learn how to become the owner of your business and not the operator. Get out of the day-to-day grind. Get out of being the one that has to do it all. Get out of having the business depend on you entirely, and free yourself up. Free your time, free your consciousness and all that, so that you can go have a good time and still have a successful business, have it running along like a well-oiled machine. And you have to set up a lot of systems, and you have to have measurements that are tracked. So you have performance reports. You have to have a great team. There's all kinds of things that I teach as to how to do it so that you can have this fabulous life. Like, we travel all the time. We have 2 homes. I'm in our Maui home right now. And, this is how we live. And we're always jetting off someplace. I rarely go 30 days without getting on a plane. If I've been 30 days in one spot, it's like, oh, phew, I'm getting kind of set in my ways. But so that's the short of who I am and what I do. And this is a business that's being built from my passion for business and passion for teaching people how to have a life that they really love.
So I'm hearing possibly two ways they can work with you. They can talk to you about getting into investing in the apartments
Yeah.
collaboratively with you possibly, and then also
Awesome.
learning how to build these systems and
Yeah.
work their business. And that's kind of the primary focus.
Yeah,
Great.
that's the primary focus. Yeah. And yeah, I have the course, I have the mastermind coming up. Love to have people enroll in that. That's going to be a 12-month program, and it will involve, one-on-one, well, not one-on-one, but me on the group call with the small mastermind group and getting my firsthand assistance with growing their business, but growing it in such a way that it's less of a burden.
Yeah, and just brings them more joy. And really the most important thing, brings them legacy. I'm sure you have a system for what is their exit plan. They have to have a plan for that. And
Right.
making sure that they have things like key person insurance, and making sure that they're doing things that, again, they don't have to be the star of the show. The show can run without them,
Yeah.
right?
And if they're looking for an exit, they have to keep in mind that you don't buy a business that's run by a mom and pop, or at least you don't spend much for it,
Mm-hmm.
because you have to buy the mom and pop too.
Mm-hmm.
So if you really want the highest return on selling your business, you got to get out of the day-to-day operations. Otherwise, you're limiting the value of your business. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to do that. We couldn't have sold to Alaska Airlines if we were still involved up to our eyeballs in day-to-day operations.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
And
have
I will remind you, as you're watching our Profound Professionals podcast, that we are not giving you financial, legal, medical, or any kind of other really crazy advice. You need to go see your professionals, go see your certified people, but really look at Ral's program and see about working with her and coaching with her. But make sure that you remember you're responsible for your business decisions and the things you decide to do.
Absolutely.
We don't want them coming back to the show and say, "Hey, wait a minute."
No. This is just, my personal advice. Not I don't
Yes,
have
and
a bunch
experience.
of letters behind my name.
Well,
So,
you know what though? There's a lot to be said for having done it. But I really like to remind people that as entrepreneurs and as grown-ups and as business people, we have to make our own intelligent business decisions. Talk to our attorneys, talk to our financial planners, look for really good coaches, check their references, do your research, and work with people that are brilliant. My husband and I are doing lots of different kinds of investing right now, and we're working with, because we're doing lots of different kinds. Guess what? We're not experts in any of them. So we're working with lots of different kinds of coaches, and there's no guarantee in anything you do, whether it's your business or investing. And so we have had to do our homework and research that kind of industry, and then research those kinds of coaches, and to try to make an intelligent business decision. And it can still go wrong, so
well, that's
yeah.
There's lots of learning experiences along the path. I've had my share, more than my share sometimes. But no, one of the things I teach is that building your team includes gathering mentors. You have to have mentors.
Yes.
You don't know all of it yourself. And so, a CPA a good CPA needs to be a member of your team, and your attorney, and, bookkeepers, and all of this, because we can't be the expert in all of these many areas.
Yeah. And, you have to really do your homework with all these people, and checking their references and looking at their track record. And because that speaks volumes to how they're going to be able to show up for you. So,
yeah.
So how can they find you if they're looking to get into this course and check this out?
Well, the easiest way is two easy ways, actually. On LinkedIn, they can find me there with links to all my websites and everything. And I have a weekly LinkedIn newsletter that I'd love to have everybody subscribe to. Or you can just go straight to my website, which is ralwest.com. And there's many links on there. You can get into my free webinar to watch to give you some more in-depth information about what I teach. And then there's signups for the course as well. And just get to know me. I have a YouTube channel too, which you can subscribe to. And I've been on lots of wonderful podcasts like yours. And a lot of them are on my YouTube channel. So you can learn a lot about what I teach and what I've done and all that by watching some of those podcasts.
Well, that's one of the great things about being a guest on our show. You'll be able to put it on yours. We'll put it on ours. We'll put it on our site. You can put it on your website. It's going to be everywhere. People are going to have a hard time not falling over it.
That's wonderful. Yeah, we need to spread the word and get the word out about your podcast so that everybody watches it. Yeah.
It's a great collaboration. For certain, it's a great collaboration. Now, give us a tip. What is something we can do to start getting ourselves ready to live this great life and jet around and just work because we have passion to, and not because we need to?
Yeah, well, I guess the first thing to do is take a look at how you're spending your time and assess what you're doing that maybe could be shortened. You can shorten your time by using some automation or delegating, getting a virtual assistant. Take a look at some of the easier tasks, the repeatable tasks. How much time are you spending just going through your email inbox and things like that is not the highest and best use of your time, and how can you get some leverage and spend less time doing that kind of thing? That's a great place to start. So that would be my tip there.
I love that. Now, if they take your class, before we move on to the next section, I was just thinking, if they take your online course, does that come with the mastermind, or can they take it separately and then join the mastermind, or is there a combo bundle package? How does that work?
Yeah, the mastermind will include the course. So if you decide to start with just the course, and then like many people who've started on just the course, they go, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not really following through on this, so I need a bit more hand-holding, then jump into the mastermind.
So they can come at it from either direction, sounds
yes,
like.
they could, but the mastermind will include the course, and then there'll be some more accountability and a lot more assistance with the mastermind. And so
accountability is awesome. And I can truly testify that Ral is good at accountability. She's been tapping me on the shoulders about a few things. We've been in a group together. So I love that. And we need that encouragement and support and, cheering each other on to achieve the goals that we have in front of us. And that is hugely, hugely important. I so appreciate that. Now, one of the things we love about our shows, and you guys all know this, so get typing, put it out in the comments wherever you're watching this show. Even if it's the replay and you've seen us months later from broadcast, put what cause you care about, because someone's going to be nice enough to hit that share button and we can spread some awareness, inspire someone to give time, treasure, or talent, or just do something good. So you could be a hero, whether it's the day we're streaming this live, or whether it is months or years later. You could be someone's hero. You never know who needs to know about that cause or who could actually use it for themselves. There's just so many ways that spreading awareness and taking this little moment within our show is super special. And we've done it since episode number 1, and means a lot to me and to our guests. So Ral, share with us a cause that's close to your heart.
Okay, and I appreciate the fact that you're offering this opportunity. There's an organization in my little hometown of Sitka, Alaska. It's called alaskaRaptor.org, or that's the website, and it's the Alaska Raptor Center. And it's a hospital and a healing center for primarily bald eagles, but all raptors, owls, and hawks and so forth. And it's just a wonderful organization. Sometimes the eagles are injured because of a power line or automobile or something like that, and they come to the center and they rehabilitate them and heal them, and then they teach them how to fly. There's a flight center there. And then when the eagles are ready, they get released into the wild. And then that's there's a ceremony for doing that. And that is just so amazing. It just always gives me goosebumps and, tears in my eyes when I see those eagles fly again. It's just amazing. So
You know,
AlaskaRaptor.org.
we've never heard this one before, so I'm so excited that you shared it. And I love that we get to learn about so many different causes from all over the world. People have shared causes that touch families and individuals and animals and environment all across our globe in different ways. And this is definitely a new and different one, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And you can check in your local area to see if there is some special bird or raptor cause, or you could check out the one in Ral's neck of the woods too, if that so touches your heart and inspires you. Thank you again for sharing that. How about a book? Keep typing. You know what to do. If you've written a book, if you love a book, if it's inspired your life, it'll help you grow your business, put it in the comments. Don't keep it to yourself. It just might be the book that transforms someone, situation, or life at this moment. Just the teacher they need to hear, right? When the student is ready, that teacher shows up, we say. And I believe that's to be true for books. I've had books sometimes on my shelves for years and never touched them, and then at the moment when I need that information, I decide to pick it up and read it, and it's exactly the book I needed to read. And however it managed to get itself there, who knows, but that has happened to me more times in my life than I can say. So I am just thrilled to have all our guests share books that inspired their personal life or help them grow their business. How about you, Ral? You've got one for us?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I've got several, but the one that I will pick is a book that really helped us shape our business and get us out of that day-to-day that I was talking about. And it's a book called The E-Myth. It was written by Michael Gerber. It was written, over 30 years ago, but he's done updates to the book since then. He's still writing, and it is such a masterful book for entrepreneurs because the E, capital E dash myth, and the E stands for entrepreneur. And it really dispels a lot of, myths about what it's like to be an entrepreneur and gives you guidance as to how to grow your business in a sensible way. And that's where we learned about creating the systems that we needed to get out of that day-to-day grind.
Yeah, it's on my bedside table. I picked it up and started scanning through it again, but I didn't reread it again, and I think it must be time. It is sitting next to my bed. That is a message, if I ever heard one.
The timing, the universe is speaking.
That's exactly right. Now, before we get to the close of the show, and I've really enjoyed having you here on our show today, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. But is there anything else about you personally or your business that we didn't cover that you'd love to share?
Oh my, well, there's lots because, I've been around a long time, but I'll try to cut to the chase.
Pretty good.
Well, and I think that's my main message to people is, don't let anything hold you back. Don't let your age hold you back. I mean, I've been around more years than I hope I look. And, I'm very focused on staying fit and healthy. And that's what keeps me, energetic and alive. And so just give yourself permission to do whatever you want to do. Believe in yourself, have faith, and don't let any numbers like age or the numbers on a scale or anything else hold you back. Just go for it.
I love that. That is absolutely great advice. And if you're out there thinking, wait, I've got great advice, I could help someone grow their business or have the best life ever, I should be on this show. Well, come on, reach out to us and our team, and they'll tell you just how to get yourself scheduled and booked. Now, I know that kind of felt like a final thought, but I'm going to ask you for one last final thought. I thought I would give you space to expand on your program or share anything else you wanted. I just don't want to hang up with you. I'm having too much fun. She said, don't let anything hold you back. That's the big inspiring thought I heard. Anything else you want to share? Or we've covered it all today?
Well, no, I mean, we certainly haven't covered it all, but how much time do we have?
Right.
Yeah. But I think that, owning a business is meant to be the gateway to the life that you've dreamed of. And if instead it's become the gateway to a job, and
Yeah.
it's a grind, and you're
Mhm.
feeling burdened and not that happy, and you're not taking care of yourself, and your family doesn't get enough of your time, and you don't
Mhm.
get to do fun things, you don't get to travel and so forth. Then you really need to learn what it is that I teach, because you deserve to have this freedom, and you deserve to have the kind of life that you really want to have. And
Mhm.
don't let things hold you back, like feeling like you have to do it all, or
Mhm.
you have to be the one to make the decisions. Those are myths,
Mhm.
and I can help you dispel those myths and learn how to do let go, but do it in a way that you still have control. You
Mhm.
still know what's going on. You're not just throwing in the towel, but you can do it in a very smart way, so that
Mhm.
you can run your business the way you want to, but still have the freedom to enjoy your life. I mean,
Mhm.
we only get one life. Live it the way you want. That's my
I
primary message.
That is a great, great message. Thank you so much for being on our show today, Ral. And thank you out there so much for watching and following and sharing and commenting and engaging and participating. We care so much about all of you. And as always, I'm your host, Jessica Koch. This has been another Profound Professionals. And until next time, be kind to yourself out there and be kind to each other. Bye, everybody.